Murderous truck drivers prowling the nation's highways for victims have become familiar villains, really, in TV shows and movies.
In fact, the percentage of long-haul truckers who become murderers is small. But according to the FBI, there are likely hundreds of homicidal truck drivers on our roads who have never been caught.
So what does that mean? Now, normally, we don't cover this type of stuff, but it was no way I wasn't gonna have something to say when they just dropped this like this, bro. You know, we watch scary movies and, you know, weird paranormal type stuff, you know, humans being crazy. And we have the case of the latter. This is humans being crazy. Something that we all thought that we knew because they desensitized us with them goddamn TV shows. How about these motherfucking folks just said, data indicates that there could be hundreds of truck driving serial killers? So you mean like all of them damn Criminal Minds episodes, all of them CSI episodes and shit we was watching, all that NYPD Blue shit we was watching and shit, and y'all niggas they was telling us the real. So this just furthers my belief that Hollywood and deep government fuck with each other. They blow each other kisses. They diddle each other's privates when they watching movies. Like, cause I know, bro. I know, bro. Like, nigga, y'all gave us this shit. They told us, but hey, yo, listen to this shit, cause this shit was crazy. It was crazy when I first seen it. It's crazy when I watched it the first time. It's crazy to fuck afterward. It's fucking crazy, bro. All I'm saying, bro. Look at this.
Murderous truck drivers prowling the nation's highways for victims have become familiar villains, really, in TV shows and movies.
In fact, the percentage of long-haul truckers who become murderers is small. But according to the FBI, there are likely hundreds of homicidal truck drivers on our roads who have never been caught.
So what does that mean? So there's a hella suspects that y'all never close. And this is the FBI that said that, right? The FBI famously has a 90% close rate. But when they say that shit, 98% actually. When they say that, that's only on the cases they choose to take. And here you can see they're like Floyd Mayweather. They choose their fights well. Like, they choose the fights well, is all I'm saying.
Many of them have driven across Nevada and have left a bloody trail behind them. Tonight, Chief Investigator George Knapp takes a deeper dive into how victims are targeted. And some of this information, it is graphic.
86-year-old Reno resident Patrick Carnes was driving in tandem with a long-haul trucker along I-80 when he vanished forever back in 2011. His car was found in the same out-of-the-way field where 62-year-old Judith Casita's vehicle was found 5 years earlier. She, too, was never seen again. Nevada lawmen came to suspect that a serial killer trucker, possibly two, were picking off victims along I-80.
So these niggas was either friends and they knew each other, or are they just passing around a dump spot? Cause that's wild. It's wilder if it's more than one killer. It's wild if it's one killer. 5 years, 6 years, like that's like what? 10 years apart of killing? Like, let's be fucking real, bro. Let's be real. If these niggas is just at some fucking pilot, you know what I'm saying, little truck stop, just this the information you niggas is passing out? It's fucking wild, bro. It's wild.
And this was actually where the vehicle was.
And I've seen some gruesome things in 25 years as an FBI agent, really gory crime scenes.
Former FBI Assistant Director Frank Figluzzi says the two missing Nevadans are not typical targets for serial killer truckers. Most of the known victims are younger women, either sex workers or hitchhikers. Figluzzi learned about the killers and their most likely victims by digging into a bureau program called the Highway Serial Killings Initiative, established in 2009, and learned even more by riding shotgun with truckers over thousands of miles, research that produced his best-selling book, long haul. By studying known murders, missing persons, and truckers themselves, the FBI estimates there could be 450 long-haul truckers who are serial killers, probably more. Many are sexual predators. Some just like to kill.
One,
And these niggas, like, I mean, instead of this shit being like information they think we should have, they fucking want to send this shit to fucking like Blue Bloods or some shit so they can fucking make an episode type shit. That's wild. This nigga's writing books. And like this book is old at this point, right? He's written it already. Like, at what point did this shit become not media? When did it become news? Even though all news is media, depending on who you ask, I'm just fucking saying, cause like, yo, what the fuck? That shit is wild.
indeed likes to control the outcome and loves the power and will prolong torture, rape, and other horrors. But the other one, George, the other kind of serial killer, simply wants to kill. He enjoys that power of life and death, and he kills quickly.
He's killing because he's lonely?
The specter of a mass murderer rumbling down the highway in a multi-ton traveling crime scene has been used in several TV shows and in movies, including the thriller Suspect Zero. But
I can't think of one TV show, like cop TV show, that didn't, like, or weird, criminal crime-based TV show that didn't have this, that didn't have it twice. And since human trafficking has become a thing, it's like the numbers are back up, right? Like, do that make sense? The numbers are the fuck back up. Like, your shit is popping through the roof again. Because, sadly, niggas is weirdos.
But sometimes it spills out too close to home. Truck driver Chester Todd was suspected by the FBI of
You know what he was gonna fucking say? Chester Todd. This nigga has two first names. Look at his face. The way he has lost teeth even. Like, yo, he did it. He is. Hey, this nigga did that shit. I don't give a fuck. Hey, this nigga has two first names. The nigga's name is Chester Todd. He's cooked and finished. Finished and cooked.
multiple rapes and murders of women, but he went on the run in 1996 and didn't surface until 2011 in Las Vegas, where he'd been living under an assumed name.
Now that's way less hilarious, like, than his actual face. Cause god damn, that nigga got low. That nigga got stupid skinny, for real.
Another serial killer truck driver, Wayne Allen Ford, had a
Look at this nigga, bro. Look at this nigga. He's proud of this shit, bro. This man is proud of the shit he's done. Bro is proud of this shit. Like 100. Look at the smile on this nigga. Like, you can't mistake. He not faking that shit. Like, you see the crow's feet on his eyes. This nigga's happy to have been caught over murking people and shit. What the fuck?
a severed breast in his pocket when he turned himself in to California police in 1998.
What the
He
fuck?
admitted to 4 murders. 3 of his victims had been dismembered. The body of one victim, 26-year-old Tina Gibbs of Las Vegas, was found in Northern California, not far from Ford's home. One of the most vile of the trucker killers is Robert Ben Rhodes, who built...
Nah, look at this. Look at the face on this nigga. Every single last one of these niggas look like they did that shit too, boy. Like, wow. I don't even know if that's cool to say. This nigga just looked like he did the shit. What the fuck?
Built a torture chamber in his truck. Rhodes murdered 2 couples he picked up hitchhiking, one in Utah, one in Texas, and is suspected of dozens of other murder torture sagas.
There's some of the most heinous crimes and criminals in the book, including Robert Ben Rhodes, who picked up a 14-year-old girl hitchhiking, hooked her up from fish hooks inside his torture chamber in his rig. Over the course of several weeks across many states, raped and tortured her, leaving her for dead in an abandoned farmhouse.
Shit is fucking wild and crazy, bro. Hey, I'm gonna just suggest don't hitchhike, niggas, and don't pick nobody up, niggas. We in this right here. Fuck that. What?
The most common and most vulnerable pool of victims are the so-called lot lizards, which is the crude name drivers use for the sex workers who ply their trade in the nation's truck stops. Figluzzi met and interviewed many of them for his book, including
The lizards.
a few who survived their attacks, and knows that educating these women about the dangers is tough. Many of them have drug addictions and poor judgment, move around a lot, don't let family know where they are, so no one is likely to report them missing. Figluzzi also wrote his book to educate cops about the FBI initiative. The Nevada lawmen working on the Pat Carnes case had no idea there's an FBI database they could have accessed.
If I have one message to any law enforcement officer listening, it's get your unsolved cases, especially involving roadside killings, into the FBI's database.
The trucking industry has embraced the effort to find.
I feel like a lot of time these agencies will be fighting over the cases and shit like that. But let's be real, nigga. Getting these motherfuckers to justice is 10 times more important than who get the motherfucking case.
And weed out killer truckers and has installed tracking devices on most corporate-owned rigs. But Figluzzi notes some drivers have learned how to skirt those precautions, and he says there are hundreds of thousands of independent truckers who drive their own rigs and are not being monitored as they cruise along those long stretches of dark and empty highways.
And I feel like the less and less they want to pay niggas, the more and more Wild West this shit is gonna get. The less control over who you actually hiring and what you can fucking tell them. Like, yo, it's crazy. Like, we'll probably dig through some of these comments after we get out of here.
George Knapp, 8 News Now.
Disturbing stuff. We put more information on the highway serial killer database on our website. You can also find part 1 of that report at 8newsnow.com.
That shit's wild right there. Let's look at these comments. We have been warned as drivers not to pick up hitchhikers, as they can be dangerous, but it can be the same the other way around. Hey, touche, agreed. If you're a real hitchhiker and you wave at someone to stop and pick you up, you can't always trust the driver. And it's just a fact, bro. It's a 100% fact. Like, I guarantee you there's somebody at the truck stop right fucking now that just got a fucking truck. He ain't even got no load. This nigga's not even working. He's just sitting up there waiting to do this type of shit. The lot lizards, I used to know a few. Not because I ever went to the truck stop. But, long story short, we travel some of the same fucking circles. To where, like, yo, why they not there? And they always, like, the smart ones had their head on a swivel. Like, they always knew niggas was some weird motherfuckers, some weirdos, for real. I used to sleep on cement picnic tables at roadside rest decades ago when I was young and traveled on the highway. I never thought a thing until one night I woke up with a chill and a feeling of panic. Grabbed my blanket and ran to my car. As I was taking off, a man behind the tree next to the table I was sleeping on moved and ran away. He was stalking me. I never did a foolish, risky thing like that ever again. And this is Uncle Dave. It's like a fucking, this is the man at this point, I'm just saying. Like, even though he's a young man, like, motherfucker's willing to try. A young motherfucker, like, yo, that's fucking wild and crazy, bro. It's wild and crazy. I recently retired from trucking. The industry has changed from what it used to be and not for the better. That's what I hear. Niggas is just not getting paid. And niggas is trying to find ways to exactly not pay people, bro. Sad stuff. That's only what I know. But could be different for everybody. Never take my motherfucking experiences with yours. Yours are gonna be. In recent years, wages and compensation has driven many away from the driver's seat. It has. As smaller companies get bought up by the larger corporations, the need for drives has skyrocketed because the wages are so bad and conditions are so demanding, not even mentioning the responsibility. Like, you can't, like, you got to drive all night and not kill somebody. It's really a big, like, it's really some shit. At the same time, driver standards regarding driver history and insurability has made it very difficult to hire because insurance companies now dictate the parameters. Not the smaller owners. All of this adds up to people not wanting to hire on or just staying for a year or so. The net results are that people have a clean record, but maybe a whack job human being get hired. Yep. I've seen them, worked around them, and the theme is that they can't work well with others in a traditional office or shop environment. So they seek a job that has a large amount of solitary time. An unstable person can breed a lot of mental garbage in that aloneness. I get it. Like, if you think this job is gonna be cool because you're not cool with people, this can make it worse. I guess this is this person's way of saying, weirdo introvert people that are not happy with being introverts generally don't do well with this shit. And they'll fuck around and crash out. It happens, man. My husband is a truck driver who used to be a firefighter / EMT. I always worried about him being out on the roads and parking at truck stops in dangerous cities. But now I'm worried he's going to run into a serial killer at one of those truck stops. Great. New fear unlocked. Lord protect my husband. Golly. People let this shit do anything to him. But I guess she's not wrong if that's her belief. This has been known for decades. I guess. This has. But it's like the news is saying it. It's one thing for, like, this shit to be on an episode or something. But it's like, nigga, this is an episode of fucking goddamn CBS News, bitch. This is not an episode. This is like the motherfucking news. Yeah, I'm assuming these comments are going on, which they were kind of fucking interesting. But hey, yo, y'all be your own judge on this one and shit. This shit kind of crazy. Not even gonna lie, bro. This shit is dead ass kind of crazy. Like, it's dead ass kind of crazy. But it's like we knew, but it's like, yo, when this shit just pop up on, like, fucking national news, it's like, yo, tell me some shit is going on behind the scenes or something, nigga. Cause, like, yo, what the fuck? I'm in my mind, I'm like, like, what the fuck? Nah, B. That shit wild. That shit wild and it's crazy, bro. That's all I can say. It's wild and it's crazy. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Comments, man. Alright. Peace.